Hi, welcome back to Design Truck Town. My name is Mike. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of my replica crawler build, which will be Jon Martinson's Fiat 1100. Today we're going to be venting the tires and putting together the carbon fiber beadlock wheels. All right, let's dig in. So what I like to do is take my tire, put a little tape on there, 4 spots. Doesn't have to be exactly across from each other, but I like it to be across from each other. That way we can go ahead and vent these tires. It's going to make the tire conform, squish, if you will, around the rocks a little bit faster. But the main reason that I do it is to let water back out again. I know that I'm going to be driving through water and mud, so let's let it out of the tire again. Get a little hole. I do about an 1/8 inch hole. I don't know if you can see that, but it's there. And the tape's just an easy way to keep track of where you're going. These can be a little bit tough to get sometimes, depending on the tire. With this style punch, you can get standalone punches, but then you're going to have to put a block of wood inside the tire so that you can then hammer the punch down through. I know some people will do a soldering iron for this to make a hole. You can. I don't think it makes a very nice hole. It tends to kind of close back in on itself again afterwards. And it makes a mess out of your soldering iron. So you're going to destroy that tip or spend a lot of time cleaning it. So here we go. There's the last hole. You notice I kind of give the rubber a tug after I've punched through. And that's to make sure that the hole actually does go through there. And a lot of times you have to go back afterwards and pick the piece out of the hole. The tape helps for knowing where you did that hole. For foams on this, I'm not using foams. I'm going to use the silicone inserts here. This is an Endure insert. This is an Endure tire. So here we go. Works well enough. I have the other 3 tires done already, and I'm happy with how these are filling out. I may have to change to a blue on this after I get the body on. We'll see. I enjoy having the tire rather squishy, so green is going to be the plan for now. So for the wheels here, I'm going to be running these carbon fiber faced wheels, and this brass insert that I put on the back of these is 6 millimeters total thickness, and of course that's recessed in 4 millimeters, so I've got 2 millimeters of offset here. These do have an aluminum ring. I am not planning on running brass inside these. We'll see where I come in weight-wise without brass or lead inside. I want to be as close to 9 pounds as possible. You have to be 9 pounds minimum, so I don't want to be ending up at 14 or something. Have a heavy pig of a vehicle. Got the ring. You can put soap on these if you have to. Now, if you've never done this style rim before, the carbon fiber face, you see how the wheel, the tire rather, has this little indent around it here. you have to stretch that out over the carbon fiber ring. Work your way all the way around, making sure that the tire sits down in there. The face, carbon fiber face here, is sitting down in that groove, because that's going to hold the lip of the tire in the right place to get it to go in. Otherwise, you'll be fighting with these bead locks. Every time you put it together, there'll be a piece of tire sticking out. And it's just a little preparation. Get it all set up first, and that way it'll be easier for you. What I'm doing here is just trying to spin that insert around so I can line it up. And if you flip it over, you can see where the screw is going. That way you can put in a couple of long screws to make this easier. I'm going to be using scale hardware on here. Even though this rim doesn't look exactly like a replica of what he was using, at least I got the right color there. And I'm going to do the scale hardware on here to dress it up a little bit. And hopefully they'll be easy on me about the about it not being an exact match. I actually looked and I couldn't find an exact match. I found stuff that would be close, but they were the wrong offset and couldn't be changed. At least not changed to the point that I need to change the offset here. Again, I'm using the Capra axle with a maximum width allowed of 10 inches. It's tough. I am under, I've checked already. So for these here, you actually need a 3mm socket. Now, that can be tough. If you got a 4mm cap head bolt, it takes a 3mm Allen, so it fits perfectly on there. You can buy a nut driver for doing this. Probably should. I have one added to my shopping cart. Just haven't hit purchase yet. I do have another one, an actual one, and it's stripped out on me. And I have this little set here. You can buy these cheap enough too. But I just wanted to show you that you can use a cap head bolt for this. And it works great. It really does. It's a grade 12.9 bolt, so it's actually probably harder than most sockets. And of course, you want to set a clutch if you're using a drill. Make sure you got a drill with a clutch that works, and you know how tight things are once that clutch activates. MIP does make a driver that uses a 1/4-inch hex, so it'll fit a screwdriver, electric screwdriver. I'll be purchasing one of those since I like the scale hardware. I'll get more of this stuff. It's just a nice extra touch. After all, we're doing a replica here. Or if you're doing a scale truck, you know, you want something for Scale Sunday. It's a nice little touch to put on the scale hardware. There you go. Nice squishy tire. We'll see how it looks on the truck. So I had to put a couple of washers on here as a spacer. Turns out that instead of ordering the 6mm adapter here, I should have got an 8mm adapter, because the tires were rubbing so hard on the steering links. Oh, and I went through the steering links and I fixed my alignment, and I did have to retap a little, rethread rather, using a die, the steering tie rod, and I'll show you little setup for that. I'll pop it in as a video for as a picture in the video. So there we have it. Not a bad looking wheel set on there. Has good articulation. You know, it's got more than a tire there. That's all it needs. It actually comes in at 9 7/8 inches right now. Outside of tire to outside of tire, which is just where it needs to be. It's under 10 inches. All right. Thanks. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you.